Okay, welcome to introduction of relief carving. Now, first things first, I'm not actually carving wood of any kind at the moment. I'm actually carving MDF, which is a medium density fibre board. You can buy that from most hardware shops. I like using it because it doesn't have the problems you have with wood when doing small details in particular, as you have to work with the grain and bits fall out, with wood and all that sort of stuff. So I just find it's a really nice medium to work with, and it's good for your beginner too. It's quite soft. As you can see, I've already started on this particular project. I've got a butterfly here, starting to do some Celtic knot work around here. Now, as you can see, the first thing that I've done is I've got my pattern and I've glued it down to the board. I just draw it up in a program called AutoCAD. It's a program that I use for my normal job because I'm a draftsman. Draw it up in there and then I print it out to scale. And then I just glue it down. And so the first thing that we do once we've got the pattern and fixed it down, you can also use carbon copy paper if you wanted to. Put carbon under there and trace over the lines. I just find this saves that step. Because what we have to do now is start tracing over all the lines with a carving knife, such as the one I have in my hand here. I'll go ahead and start doing that with a little bit. So put a little bit of pressure, not too much, just enough to give an indentation into the MDF. Also, when working with MDF, be aware that it is carcinogenic, the dust. So if you've got a lot of dust, maybe wear a mask. Okay, just going around there. Okay, let's move that bit of paper up. And you might be able to see there that there's a bit of indentation that I've left from where I've been cutting with the knife. Now, what we've actually created here is what's called a stop cut. So when we put our chisel into the MDF or the wood, as you go towards it with the chisel, it'll stop at the stop cut. Sometimes if you do it too shallow it will go through, so you've got to be careful you don't do that. Now, a lot of people use different types of chisels. A lot of people use gouges such as this, which has a sort of curve to it to remove waste. I find I don't usually need to use that too much for the type of work I'm doing, especially on the MDF, as I do reasonably shallow cuts. And I find that just using a normal bevel chisel, such as this one, which just has the bevel end, it's quite sufficient for what I want to do. So what you want to do is come back maybe 5mm from the stop cut and put the chisel on a bit of an angle and push towards the stop cut. Now, don't push too hard, as you might go right through the work. Normally you wouldn't be able to push, well, you don't have much control when you're pushing, but especially in wood, you'd want to use a mallet such as this. It's good to get a round mallet too if you're going to use one, because when you're hitting the chisel, it doesn't matter what angle you're hitting it from, because it's round, it'll still strike nicely. So basically once we've done that, you can see we've got a little bit of stuff left over there. Now you can do one or two things. You can push down using the chisel around the line that we've made already, and you can hear that sort of starting to break already, and then it all just sort of comes out. Or you can grab your knife again and go back around for a nice clean cut, so that gets rid of some of the fuzzy stuff there. Now, I'm doing Celtic knot work, as you can see here over the side here. What you need to do, because the Celtic knot work weaves up and down, in and out, come back again about 5mm from the side, and then you push down towards that stop cut, and it'll give you a nice little sort of depression, so it looks like it's actually going underneath that piece there, and then back up again, and you do on the other side as well. That's the intro to relief carving. I hope it's been helpful. Stay tuned for more.